Good afternoon, and thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. My name is Dina Troutman, and today's topic will be presented by Ashley Brown. We are your member relations specialists here at Okie 811. Today, Ashley will be presenting information about keeping your membership compliant. But before we dive in, let's go over a few housekeeping items. The orange arrow on your screen is to expand or collapse the interface. All attendees are in listen-only mode. You can click the screen icon to view presentation in full screen. You may submit questions using the questions box shown here, and we will be responding to those questions throughout the webinar. You'll find the handout for today's webinar in the handout section. There will also be a Q&A session at the end of the presentation if you want to hold your questions until then. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ashley.
Thank you so much, Dina, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. Today, we'd like to cover a few sections of the law to help you better understand how staying compliant with the law and your member responsibilities go hand in hand. The first section of the law states that all operators of underground facilities should participate in the statewide one-call notification center, that is Okie 811. It also states that you should have accurate mapping of your underground facilities and that you should provide contact information for the personnel that will be marking those underground assets. Now, to help you further stay compliant with this portion of the law, it's important to understand the structure of your Okie 811 membership and how to keep your mapping and contact information up to date. As an Okie 811 member, your membership is made up of two levels. That's the membership level and the dispatch level. The membership is your overall account with Okie 811. All of the billing and contact information for the party that's responsible for paying your Okie 811 fees are kept under this level of membership. Now, the next level is the dispatch code level, and memberships can have multiple dispatch codes. Sometimes they're separated by geographic region, and they can also be separated by facility types. For example, one of our municipality members may have one dispatch code for their water department and a separate dispatch code for their electric department. Likewise, a pipeline company might have one dispatch code for the assets that are in the northern part of the state and a separate dispatch code that covers the underground facilities that are in the southern part of the state. The dispatch level contains information about your authorized contacts, and these are people that have the authority to make changes to dispatch information. It also has a listing of your outputs, which is where you receive your locate request. Another piece of information that's on the dispatch level is who is listed to positively respond to your locate request, and your mapping is also all registered under the dispatch code level. So now we'll take a look at how to view and update that information that's listed on your membership and dispatch code. You can view and update your membership and dispatch information on the membership info viewer in the Okie 811 portal. To access the portal, you'll go to dig.okie811.org, select login, and then enter your username and password. Once you're logged into the member portal, you would simply select membership info and then choose the code you would like to review from the drop-down box on the left. The information sheet will let you know if you're viewing member or dispatch level information. For the example on this slide, we're viewing member or billing information. When reviewing your billing information, it's important to verify that the mailing address and the email addresses that are connected to your billing contact are correct. Members are set up to be billed in November of each year, and if we're unable to send you your invoice due to outdated information, that could result in suspension of your Okie 811 membership, as well as have your company be in non-compliance with the law. If you need to update your billing information, just select the Update Information button, and that will take you to the billing update form. To view your dispatch information, you'll take the same steps to log into the portal and select Membership Info. Then you will select the dispatch code from the drop-down menu on the left. Anytime you review your dispatch information, it's important to take a look at who's listed as an authorized contact. Be sure to check your outputs to make sure that the locate requests are being sent to the correct destination. And you want to be sure to check your positive response configuration so you can see who is listed to provide positive responses for your locate request. If you need to update any of your dispatch information, you can do so by selecting the Update Information button, and it'll take you to the Dispatch Update form. You can also access the billing and dispatch update forms from our website, and we have put links to those forms on the handout that you received today. Now, it's every member's responsibility to ensure that your service areas are kept up to date. Your service areas, also known as mapping, tell us where your underground assets are located in Oklahoma. Locate requests are generated based on your registered service areas. It's an incredibly important part of your membership responsibility to be sure that you review and edit your service areas as often as needed, just to keep your assets and the public protected. Reviewing and updating your service areas also improves ticket relevancy, which can help save your company time and money. Using the Service Area Editor, which is also known as the SAE, you can view, create, and edit your underground facilities, and you're able to draw in your service areas. To access the SAE, go to gis.okie811.org, and we also have included a link to the SAE on your handout. And with all of these responsibilities, you may be wondering, does it really matter if I keep my company's information up to date? And it absolutely does. And here are just a few reasons why. First and foremost, if your mapping is old, your company could be receiving notification on facilities you no longer own or operate. Also, your company is going to continue to appear on these locate requests, which gives the excavators the expectation that you still own the underground facility and that you'll be coming out to market. The other side of that coin is lack of notification. If you don't have all of your assets registered with Okie 811, then we can't send you a locate request when excavation is going to take place near those assets. And this can lead to damage to your underground facilities, lawsuits, injuries, and you could also incur fees and possible fines from the Oklahoma Corporation Commission. Well, let's take a moment and talk about positive response. So according to the law, all excavators must give no more than 10 days notice, nor less than 48 hours, excluding the date of notification, Saturdays, Sundays, and legal holidays, to underground operators prior to excavation. Members must locate and mark the approximate location of their facility prior to the work date and time, or they must communicate that no facilities are near the proposed work site. Also, members must be sure that they are communicating the status of locate requests through the positive response feature in the Okie 811 portal. As a member, you should be responding via the Okie 811 portal for every single locate request that you receive. You also have the option to upload the responses from a separate response system directly into the Okie 811 portal. Your response should indicate what happened or what was done by the operator or the locating company. So if you received a locate request and your locators went out and marked the site, then you would choose site marked. If it was cleared, then you should be choosing clear. If an excavator doesn't see a response from members listed on the locate request by the work date and time on the ticket, the excavator should be contacting Okie 811 for a second or third notice. Now here's a view of the overall one-call process, just to help you see how important it is that your organization take every step to be compliant with the law. So for this process to work, every entity must perform their responsibility. An excavator should be contacting Okie 811 before work is set to begin. Then a locate request is processed and sent to all the members who may have assets near the prospective work site. Then each member must respond to the request before the work to begin date and time, and be providing a positive response via the Okie 811 portal for every ticket. That is absolutely mandatory. It is in the law. Lastly, excavators should be confirming that all members have positively responded before the digging starts on the work date and time. Now let's dive into the last section to ensure that your membership is compliant with the law, which is being sure to pay your annual invoices that you receive from Okie 811. Every November, Okie 811 bills members for ticket fees and premium services that were rendered during the previous 12 months. We have convenient ways to submit payments for your annual invoice. And the annual invoice is sent to the billing contact or the accounts payable information that you have on file, which is yet another reason to ensure that your information is up to date. A great way to show that your company complies with Oklahoma law and is in good standing with Okie 811 is to receive your certificate of good standing each year. This certificate is good for the entire current calendar year. And to obtain the certificate, your membership must be paid in full. Your membership information, dispatch information, and mapping information should be completely verified within the current billing cycle, and your company must be configured and participating in positive response via the Okie 811 portal. Now, getting the certificate not only provides proof that your membership is in good standing with Okie 811 and in compliance with the law, but it's also helpful when applying for grants and can be used to renew licenses or permits. There's a good chance that you'll need the certificate of good standing from time to time during the life of your business, so we would encourage you to request your certificate of good standing every year. Before we move on to see if anyone has any questions, we're going to cover a few important highlights. First and foremost, all owners and operators of underground facilities should be registered members of Okie 811. Members should keep all membership information, dispatch information, and mapping information accurate and updated as needed. You also want to be sure that you are responding to each and every locate request. As we've mentioned throughout the webinar, in addition to responding to every ticket, you must be providing a positive response via the Okie 811 portal. Next, be sure that you're paying your Okie 811 annual invoice, as this is a requirement of your membership. And lastly, be sure to obtain your certificate of good standing so that you can prove that you are in good standing with Okie 811 and complying with Oklahoma law. For links to the law, the member portal, the service area editor, or the update forms, we would encourage you to view the handout that's in today's webinar. Once again, we want to thank you so much for your time today, and I'm going to turn this over to Dina to see if we have any questions. Dina?
Thank you, Ashley, and thank you for that wonderful information. It doesn't look like we had any questions today, but as always, if you have questions, feel free to email us. Please remember that we are here for you and we want you to contact us if you need anything. If you can think of any questions or have suggestions for future webinars, you can contact our Education and Outreach Department at education@okie811.org. To register for future webinars or watch a recorded webinar, you can go to okie811.org/education events. If you have any questions regarding your membership, you can contact your member services team at memberservices@okie811.org. And if you have any questions regarding service area editor or mapping, you can contact your GIS team at gis@okie811.org. There will be a survey at the end, and we really appreciate all of your feedback. And we hope that you stay safe and have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for your time.